want to tell you something.
Closer.
Yeah, a little bit closer.
Hi.
Hi.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Don't you ever with me and alcohol. Got it?
Oh, you got a problem with that, nerd? I'll throw a fireball in your face, because I'm a wizard.
So they were able to get him to the hospital in time.
Yes, he's in the intensive care ward at Our Lady of the Worthless Miracle.
Oh, we've discussed this. Mornings are for coffee and contemplation.
A! Why can't we be Universe A?
Yeah!
We won the best letter!
We called it first. Besides, this place kind of feels like a bee, you know?
You have my sister. If not, would you like a margarita?
Yeah, and when I see freaks in the street, I never, ever stare at them. And yet I'm careful not to look away because I want to make the freaks feel comfortable.
There's no crying! There's no crying in baseball!
You're listening to Comic Can Koozie, your weekly podcast for all your geeky garbage, kitschy comedy, and nerdy news. I'm Cole.
I'm Adam.
And I am feeling pretty good, guys.
I'm
sugar high.
It's been a while.
So we just finished doing our root beer taste test, and we're going to do
a separate episode.
Separate
Cole
episode.
Insisted upon it because he wants his father to listen.
Yeah.
And his father.
This one we're going to test out nail guns.
Cool.
It'll be awesome.
What? Wood?
Wood? We were going to put a wood.
Well, that's what we're testing.
The bricks.
We tried out a
steel
piece of cheese.
Tin, and...
So, yesterday I had to go to this wedding reception. And
he had to.
Well,
the reception.
I was going
the worst part to go to.
Well, the wedding was actually on Wednesday, and
what?
the reception was on Saturday. I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I said.
I mean, I'm sure. Why not?
I'll talk to you after.
It's good. Hey, they want to have the party on a good party night.
But they wanted
But it was in the middle of the day.
But they want the wedding to be where no one comes.
Yeah.
Nobody come to my wedding.
Yes. But I would have gotten, it started at 3. I didn't get off work till 3. I said, yeah, I'll probably make it by 4. But I was a little late because...
you didn't want to go?
No, because I was on the way out of the house and I look at this car parked behind Ashley's car. I was like, did they hit Ashley's car?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, yeah.
And they did.
Oh.
And then they just got out of their shit, out of their fucking shit box and walked across the street to church. No note, nothing. They didn't even back the car up.
They confessed.
They just left it there.
They left it jammed into her car?
Yeah, I mean, it was barely touching, but at the same time, you hit the fucking car and you didn't even back up. And so I went and got her and she came and checked it out. She said there was a small paint scratch, but not enough where she really cared.
Yeah. Was there a car in front of her? Were they hoping like,
no,
she'll back into us?
They were behind. Yeah.
Probably. It was when he took the picture. It was literally there was like maybe a centimeter.
What the?
No, it was touching.
Oh, it was touching.
It was touching.
Wow.
Just a little kiss on your bumper.
So I went and had to take a picture of their license and stuff, and then she came and looked at it, and she didn't give a shit. So
Cole called the police. Anyway.
Yeah, cool. No. Report him. Go into church and
tell
yank
you.
him out of there.
You know what? I one time, actually, it wasn't me. It was somebody else that was driving my van. They shall remain nameless. And
Jeffrey.
No.
We're just gonna blame Jeffrey.
Sure. And they pulled into a parking spot that was. It was one of our Vex shows, actually.
Okay.
Do you remember this?
Well,
it was over at Strawberry.
Okay.
And this person that's nameless, I said, go park the car. Go take it around the block and park the car. That's what I says to her. So she pulled around the block, parked the car. She gives me a phone call. She said, I just smashed into a car. I said, what? So I go out there and fuck, dude, just boom. Just scrape the shit out of this car. And I'm like, fuck.
Rats.
I better wait for the police. And I call the police and the police show up and they're like, really?
Really?
You called us in? I said, yeah.
Why
It was
not?
a car accident, and I look at this car. I mean, obviously, there's more than $500 worth of damage. He's like, oh,
nah, it's good.
He's like, honestly, people never make these calls.
What?
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Somebody just smashes into a car. Yeah, it was like that already, or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the car was pretty fucked.
Wow.
And here's my thing. I gave the officer my insurance information. Officer said he would, contact the person who owned the vehicle, let them know their car got fucked.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that my insurance company would have called me.
I would think
and say,
so.
hey, what happened? What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I'm assuming that the person probably wasn't supposed to be driving the car, didn't have it insured, because I'm sure they would have had to take all that information as well. So
Yeah.
the person's like, oh, fuck. So
Yeah,
nothing
just let
happened.
it slide.
Nothing happened, which was kind of cool.
That is nice. That was like
That's
your
karma, right?
Your bright shot. What
My
do you
bright
call it?
spot.
Bright spot.
Well, that was
of
my
the-
bright spot
the day.
of that day. Because
day.
I thought for sure, insurance would go up a little bit of a car accident on the record. But no, by doing the right thing, nothing came of it.
That's great.
Yeah. So if you smash into a car, everybody, fuck it.
Don't
Just
even bother with it.
Don't
yeah.
even bother.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen. Just fuck it.
Yeah.
So that's my advice. I'm not a lawyer or anything,
Yeah.
so don't take my advice.
Oh,
anyway.
well,
Yep.
So
Cool.
I was coming home from work at about 11:30 the other night, and I'm driving up 3rd. You know where Arrowhead Plaza is on 3rd and Boulevard?
Yeah.
So I'm coming up to that stoplight on 3rd and Boulevard, and it's red, and right as I'm getting there, it turns green, so I don't even have to slow down. I can go through, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's this guy on a motorcycle coming down. I'm driving north on 3rd.
Yeah.
Someone's coming east on Boulevard on a motorcycle, and they saw that red light, and he must have been thinking, I don't want to stop for that. I'm going to cut through the Arrowhead parking lot, right?
Yeah.
And this guy's pulling a trailer with this long piece of metal sticking up from the back of the trailer, right?
Uh-huh.
So he starts going through Arrowhead Plaza, and he must have hit a bump because the trailer kind of went up a little bit. And when it came back down, that piece of metal bent down and started dragging in the parking lot behind him, just sparks flying. But he's on a motorcycle, so he must not have heard it. So he's just dragging this piece of metal through the whole Arrowhead parking lot, just, sparks coming out behind it. I was like, good. Fuck
that's what
that
you
guy.
get.
That's what you get for trying to avoid the stoplight.
Here I was thinking this was going to be like some Final Destination moment that you saw, where like someone just got smoked by this pole right through this motorcycle. I didn't realize
You said smoked by a pole.
the motorcycle was the one
Usually it's
dragging a
reversed.
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this tiny little trailer that like you could drag behind like a riding lawnmower or something.
Wow.
I'll tell you what.
Tell me.
Last week I had family supper with Cole.
Yeah.
And Gabe, or maybe it was your brother Shay, was talking about
Wait, Gabe was there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How was Gabe dressed?
to the nines.
Okay.
Was he? I don't know. I don't even remember.
I don't remember last week.
Okay.
This week he was dressed like a fucking. He's dressed like a dude trying to sell you fake gold watches in the kiosk at a mall.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
My
my
mom-
guy. I want to know if it's a pattern.
My mom was helping pick on him just as much as I was.
Oh, good. Because if it's coming from Patty, then whew,
She's
you better-
like, yeah, you look like you're trying to give out samples of lotion to ladies.
Does he have like kind of an Arabic accent?
No, but he was dressed up in this
'Cause
fucking.
He's got a tan, you know. Like if he came up to me and said, "Allahu Akbar," I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's."
Well, now Taylor's getting canceled.
I had worked at a kiosk in the mall selling board games, and next to us was the lotion people.
The lotion people.
And there was a nice looking woman who was working there, and she would give me a hand massage every day.
hand massage.
A hand massage, and I can't say it didn't excite me a little bit.
Did you ask her like?
I said, please, more,
more
lotion.
More lotion and lower.
It was a very pleasant experience, and they were very nice people, I'm sure.
Was that Gabe's Cole's brother, Gabe?
Yeah, he was. He was there.
Anyway,
sorry.
Anyway, so they were Gabe and Shay were talking about this coffee style called, how they phrased it, how they called it was a cafe meal. I said, "Oh,
meal."
Yeah.
Okay.
I must have missed this part of the
Oh
conversation.
yeah. So it sounded fantastic, as it's basically a latte, or yeah. You could do a latte with honey and cinnamon.
What the fuck's a latte?
I don't drink coffee.
It's a
milky coffee.
It is a milky, which I normally don't fuck with. I normally don't go with.
So it's a coffee with milk and honey and cinnamon?
Yes.
Okay.
It's really, really good.
I thought you were gonna say you like put an egg in it or something.
Yeah.
Because then it's a meal.
Here we go. This is where it gets interesting. So I'm describing this coffee to somebody at work, and this somebody that spoke Italian said, "Do you mean miel?"
Oh, okay.
I said, "Oh, miel. Yeah, that makes sense.
You're like, I'm American. It's pronounced meal.
And a cafe miel is
nothing like
called.
that. It's called that, but that's not what he made.
So so today,
Uh-huh.
I go to the to pick up the root beer Cashwise. I go to the Caribou Coffee on the way out, and I thought, you know what, cafe miel sounds really good right now. And it is really good if you haven't had one. So I go up to the counter and I says to the lady, cafe meal, please. And she said, a what? I don't know what that is. I said, oh, this fucking bitch
Whoa.
corrects me from down the line. She goes, do you mean a cafe meal? I said, sure, if that's what you want to call it. So then she condescendingly describes how to make it to her coworker.
Oh.
The Spanish speaker comes up, and she said, "It is a cafe miel." I said, "Justified, you bitch!"
Wow.
Taught her a fucking lesson.
Here's
correct me.
So
what
you
I
said
already know?
the correct pronunciation is cafe miel.
Miel.
Miel, and she corrected you and said, no, it's cafe meal.
Like
Yes.
you thought it was originally.
So
Cafe
I
meal.
have, and you got upset about that, and rightly so. Not because, even if you had been wrong, the fact is she knew exactly what you were talking about, and she just had to be that person. Like, I have to be the smartest person in the room, even though she's wrong. Like,
God damn, that makes. I don't care about. I mean, that pisses me off. But like, come on.
Well, man.
I knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Yeah,
And that bitch.
yeah, that's like,
And she's like, "Ah," but then the little, it's a cafe latte with honey and cinnamon. And then the girl was like, oh, okay, just a fucking bitch.
Wow.
Gosh.
yeah,
I'm so mad.
That's like
Sounds like you're still mad.
When a person knows exactly what you're talking about, but they still have to correct your pronunciation, that gets under my skin so fucking bad.
Okay.
And your pronunciation was correct, so she was wrong.
So it was like insult on top of insult. Cole, if that was you, you would have.
I would have flipped the fuck out.
You would have jumped over that fucking counter, and be like, "Gah!"
You know even though she was corrected, she's still gonna say, "Nah, I was right." They don't know. They don't know what they're talking about.
She had that air about her.
Yeah.
But she did compliment my glasses. She's like, "Oh, I really like your glasses."
Well, so she's wrong in so many ways.
Oh no, she is not.
Well, she liked your glasses.
Yeah.
So there, look at that. She made up for it. You're like, oh, I'm not mad anymore.
It's like she
Still a
doesn't.
dumb bitch.
It's like she doesn't know how to pronounce the names of coffee, and she has bad taste. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude.
You're gonna come at me, Cole.
Yeah.
Look like.
I'm wearing a plain sweater and nothing.
Oh man,
And blue jeans.
Disrespect to me.
I just wanted to make fun of you because it's fun.
Oh, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. All right.
So I think the last podcast we did, you were talking about Hold My Hand or something, a movie.
No,
No. So we're gonna separate those out. Cole.
But no,
that was
I
my
just
bright spot. We can talk about it again.
No, I
There's
don't. I don't want to talk about it again. Just was that the name of the movie?
Talk to me.
Talk to me. Okay.
But you held the gypsy hand.
And you said
Gypsy.
And you said something about you looked at the Rotten Tomatoes and the critics gave it a good score. And I thought you were going to say then I watched it and it sucked, but you actually did like it, right? So what I was going to say was I watched a movie last night. What's wrong? Did you fart?
I'm gassing myself up, you guys. Oh dear God! Remember last week when I was talking about how my farts don't stink?
Yeah, that was pretty awful.
Yeah, but
dude.
no, remember you have the mystical power that you took from me, but you can mimic dog farts. And it sounds, I believe it now.
No, actually, what I can mimic, apparently now, from what I'm discovering, is like, like when corpses sit out in the sun for a long time and they bloat.
Okay.
The gas. That's what I farted.
Yeah, we had to
corpse
actually
gas.
we
Tis
actually
the
had
season.
to pause so I could leave the room for a minute.
And Adam's just like, well,
Adam suffered through.
I'm
so
a man.
but
So I watched a movie the other night.
What?
It was free on Peacock. It's called Strays with Jamie Foxx
sure.
and Will Ferrell.
looked funny as fuck.
And apparently on Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave it a pretty low score.
Yeah.
And it didn't do so well at the box office, but the people who have seen it actually liked it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, was that funny.
Yeah?
It was a good fucking movie.
It looked really funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I would highly recommend watching Strays on Peacock for free before they put it on somewhere where you got to pay for it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch it. I forgot that it had popped on there. It must have just left the theater, really, or maybe it's still in there. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Seems like they might linger it in the theater a bit longer.
Matt, there was just some things about dogs, like about how somebody was thinking about how dogs act that were just so funny to like. There's a part where like fireworks are going off and they show the humans looking at the fireworks from the perspective of a human. And it's just like, just background noise. And then they show the perspective from the dog and it's like PTSD World War II shit, like just explosions, like, and it was so funny. Like, I won't tell you the really funny parts about that scene and stuff, but just some human was looking at things from the perspective of a dog and wrote this down and put it in a movie. And just that alone was funny. But then the shit that like Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx were saying on top of the other two main characters, it was just I don't know. It was so silly and so I really enjoyed it.
All right. I want to check it out. I just had kind of forgot. And actually, when you first started talking, I thought you said, I watched the movie free on Peacock. And I had never heard of a movie free on Peacock. I was like,
it's like a noble gas.
It's definitely a futuristic movie set in a weirdly lit, I don't know, a dystopian future.
Yeah. That
Free
would make
on
sense.
Peacock.
Free on Peacock. It's a cool name.
All right. So, going back to the fart.
Oh, wow.
That I cleared the room with.
I thought we put that in the past.
No. We didn't. It's still there.
No, we didn't put it in the past. It shot out of Taylor's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still on its clothes.
So my question is, like, do you ever shit or fart and you think to yourself, what the fuck did I eat that would have caused such a war crime?
No,
because I always know it's because I had too much beer and I mixed it with something processed.
Nice.
Yeah.
So for me, I was going over yesterday's events. I said, what did I have? Mm-hmm. Well, I figured it out. Butterhorn. I went to Butterhorn last night.
Okay.
That place is so fucking good.
Was it the Butterhorns that caused it?
I don't know.
It was his burger or his dessert or his appetizer.
Oh, it was the tuna tartare.
Yeah,
there you go.
I was asking him about it. He was telling me there was a lot of food.
Yeah, so I got the tuna tartare to start with.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Very, very good. Very underrated. Steak tartare is really good too, but they didn't have that on the menu.
Oh.
But the burger, I haven't had a classic all-American burger in a long fucking time. And last night it just hit the spot, you know? Cuz I know people are probably thinking, "Oh, you're going to Butterhorn and you're going to have a fucking cheeseburger."
Why not?
Well, they do it right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just perfect. It was a perfect fucking cheeseburger.
What's a burger there cost for that burger?
It is
Let me guess. $18.50.
close. But
And that comes with like fries?
no, that's what's weird. So the burger itself is 16, but it's a big burger, double patty.
Well,
and then if you want fries in their malt aioli, it is an additional 4, which I thought was kind of weird.
I don't know.
Why would you price that out? Like,
if you go
upgrade the
through
fries.
like fast food now, a combo is like $14. So you might as well just go to a sit-down restaurant and pay slightly more for a much better quality meal.
Oh yeah, agreed.
It just makes sense to me. I don't know why anyone would eat fast food burgers anymore.
Ever since
Because it's quick and convenient.
Ever since the last time I ate at Hardee's, I haven't had a burger because that burger was so fucking shit.
I would make you a burger.
Well, I would eat a homemade burger, but I paid I don't know how much, and that. Remember, I fucking took a bite out of it and then I fed the rest to Fritz. Like I threw away the bun and I just tossed in the burger patty.
What, do you mean the mayonnaise?
Yeah,
that's
there
what
was so much
covered.
fucking mayo on that fucking burger too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm wondering if we're living in a post.
Did he fart again?
No, this story. It is a shit related story.
Okay, great.
But no, I'm just wondering if we're living in the post fast food renaissance, which I'd be totally fine with. But no, the reason I started laughing is I thought of that phrase post something, post modern, post something. And I was in the shitter the other day at in a public establishment.
Oh no.
And I hear the guy finish shitting. Well, I don't hear him finish shitting, but he's obviously finished shitting because he's pulling toilet paper down.
Oh, okay.
And he's pulling the toilet paper, and all of a sudden I hear, bam, clang, bang. And the guy's just like, what the fuck? apparently, the toilet paper dispenser, that door fell down.
Oh.
And just scared the shit out of both of us.
Okay.
And then for like the next 5 minutes, this guy was just motherfucking goddamn postmodern bullshit. This is fucking bullshit, man. What the fuck? It just swearing and just freaking the fuck out. Like, dude,
He was only saying it out loud because he knew he had an audience.
maybe. And I'm in the stall next to him trying not to laugh like I'm doing now because it was so fucking funny because he went on a tirade, dude. He seriously went on for like 3 minutes of just expletives and postmodern. I don't know what the postmodern had to do with anything, but he was fucking done with it.
Wow.
Dude. Postmodern bullshit, dude.
I hope you got out of that establishment fast. Because he was going to do something.
Maybe. Postmodern bullshit, man. This is bullshit.
Wow.
It was hilarious, man. I said good times.
That guy's either going to be a future
Famer.
mass
I thought he was going to say Hall of Famer.
future mass shooter or a congressman.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Kind of anger that someone has
bullshit.
to do those jobs.
That was awesome. Dude. It was great. It made me laugh.
That's great.
It made me laugh a
Wonderful.
lot. Yeah.
So I don't know what.
One time I was shitting,
We're going to keep
Yeah, we
going
don't
with the
need
shit
to have
stories.
and this guy, you know this guy.
Okay.
He's the flute player. He used to play pan flute
I know that guy.
at not Rhythm Records, YouthWorks.
I can't remember his name, but I
can't
do
either.
recall he would ride his bicycle with a trailer behind it, and he would carry like a sound system with him, so he could microphone up his pan flute
Whatever
playing.
happened to him?
I don't know.
You see people around. I haven't seen that guy in a long time.
He was probably jumped
But-
while doing it. Some people just got annoyed and jumped him.
And I wanted to be, I want to say a nice thing about his pan flute playing, but he could not play the pan flute.
No.
He would just put on a recording of like
other pan flute.
Ecuador mantra or whatever, that group that would always be played at the craft fairs at the Capitol, and he just terribly play his pan flute along with the recording. And half the time, I think he just turned up their pan flute playing, so you couldn't hear what he was playing.
A true artist.
Yes,
a true artiste.
And I mean, whatever, he was doing his thing. But when he'd actually play the thing, he was terrible.
Well, the last interaction that I ever had with him, I was taking a shit at Big Lots.
Yep.
I hear the door open.
And the pan flute started.
That'd have been great.
This has the best acoustics.
The guy-
This is where I
It's
come
the,
to
it's,
practice.
the, it's the theme song from A Few Dollars More.
No, it wasn't that. I've been in there for like 5 minutes at this point, and I hear I hear the door open, and this guy walk in. He's like, "Oh Jesus, it smells like shit in here." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't think it was that bad. It didn't smell like shit when I came in. Obviously, he's talking about me." And then
didn't smell like that when I came in.
I finished up, but then again, this guy wouldn't let up on it. It's like, Jesus Christ, God, Jesus,
these postmodern shits.
So I'm going. I finish up. He's in the stall at this point, and to make things super awkward, I'm washing my hands, and then out he comes from the stall, and I'm like,
"You're like, oh, I just came in here to wash my hands. It smells bad in here."
Got even the pan flute?
Are you the pan flute guy?
He's like,
my butt smells like your flute sounds.
My butt smells like your flute sounds. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And we just named the episode. Holy shit, man.
Woo.
Oh, gosh. Any cool Fritz stories this week?
Your dog?
Yeah, my dog. What other Fritz do you know?
I don't know. He's last week he kept me from sleeping. This week he's been quite a bit more manageable, like except for maybe yesterday morning. 2 mornings ago. I thought I had my door all the way shut, and I did not, and he ran into that thing so damn. I was in a dead ass sleep, and I hear bang, and it's the sound of his head running into my door to open it, and I don't know. He's a good dog, but god damn it, he really loves to just fucking wake me up much earlier than I need to be woken up.
But that's the thing, is he's not coming in there to like hang out. He's just coming in there to lay down. Last night he was out of the room, and at the door he just like he sounded like a human almost. It's like, Jesus Christ, Fritz, go hang out with Cole.
Yeah, he was really weird yesterday because he would be downstairs watching the TV with me, and I'd be petting him, and he'd be all content, and all of a sudden he'd just start barking his head off at things that weren't there, and he'd run upstairs and stand in the living room and just stare at the door like for about 10-20 minutes, and then he'd come back down and snuggle back up, and the whole cycle would repeat itself over and over again.
Shit, remember that? I always think back, and Fritz would be that kind of dog. You know, the episode of Futurama where Seymour lived the rest of his life, and Fry said, "Oh, he lived a good life," and then, or they were going to bring him back to life, and they said, no, he was 67 or however old. He was 12 years old when he died. He's like, "Oh, he lived a good life after me." Yeah, Fritz, you would just be waiting for me to come home. So anyway, we're gonna watch Rick and Morty this week, Cole.
Oh, okay.
New season with the new voice actors.
Huh. I think we had mentioned that it was going to be out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, maybe that was last week too.
Well, I think what we were talking about was how perfectly they replaced Corvo in Solar Opposites.
But yeah,
and how in Rick and Morty they were just going to get voice actors who sounded like Justin Roiland rather than figuring out a way to explain that his
character's gone.
Sure. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
So anyway, for this week's edition of Comic Can Koozie, I'm Taylor.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Cole.